Next board I want to talk about in the Tramp series is the all-new Ravine series. This series consists of 6 all-mountain boards ranging from length of 148 to 166, waist widths from 250 up to 264. Those waist widths are integrated throughout the chassis, so as the boards get longer, they get progressively wider, and they get to the point where they're wide enough where you can fit all but the biggest footed, I'm talking size 12 and a half, 13 footed riders on this board. This series right now doesn't have any wide series in it, and it probably doesn't need it. One of the foundational techs of this series is the new Free the Ride 3D camber profile. This is the Free the Ride camber profile that you're familiar with from the mountain division, where we have positive camber underfoot up to the front binding position. It goes flat and tapering downwards from that forward, and then up in the nose, it not only goes into a recurve rocker, but it goes into a 3D recurve rocker. This is similar to our old no hang-ups pop camber, where there was a constant curvilinear kind of boat prow shape up here. This is so the board in powder performs incredibly well. The buoyancy that generates is incredible. I don't know if the camera's picking up the 3D. It's not a dramatic 3D. We've experimented with very dramatic 3D to very subtle 3D over the years, and I feel really good about where we've landed on this board. Some other key technologies in this board. We have our bamboo hot rods in the thruster configuration, same as the mountain division, but we're using a cheaper material in the bamboo rod. So from the insert area, they run back diagonally to the rear contact point zone. They add a lot of powerful pop off the tail. A couple other things about this board. This board has between 6 and 10 millimeters of taper. So what that means is that the tail is between 6 and 10 millimeters narrower than the nose of the board. That's a really desirable, in the marketplace anyway, really desirable feature is to have taper. But I have never found a tapered board that, outside of its powder performance, really performs on variable or packed snow conditions the way I want it to. And so for the last 3 to 4 years, we've been using, in conjunction with any boards that have taper, and this is including the powder divisions, and our White Room series, where we have taper, we have a proprietary bi-radial side cut. So the side cut on these boards has a general spec, but up through this part of the board up to the midpoint, it has one radius, and finishing out from around here to the tail, it has another radius that tightens up. And so what this does, as you're going through a turn, tapered boards tend to wash out. They don't build pressure, the edge is narrower, and so they don't build pressure when you're on groomed snow. What that bi-radial side cut does, it allows you to build pressure back when you're in all but the ideal conditions, i.e. powder. So you get the benefit of taper in powder, but with the bi-radial working in conjunction with that taper, you can still build pressure. And what that results in is this board with this waist width is one of the best Eurocarbon boards in the series, and yet it also is one of the best powder boards you can have for general all-around use. Directional shape, as you can see, the nose and the tail are very complementary, but it's still clearly a nose and a tail and a directional board. The 2019 Ravine series.